go. First thing everybody heard this morning was Drew cough. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to a Sunday edition of Morning Scone. Presented by Boudreaux's Bloody Mary Mix, Margarita Mix. I'm here. Drew is here as well, awake this morning. Erica is still sleeping. We're all still feeling kind of gunky today. But Drew's up. Actually, I think Erica was probably the first to come down sick. Drew's feeling better. We're lucky we got him swabbed on Friday. Found it just cold. Nothing more serious.
Market.
What? Fresh Market. Never heard of it. Interesting. Trade Dice, Craig Schilling, Stephen Ruckman, Stephen Bro. Good morning, everybody. Chris Merrill, Charlie Cavell, Chuck Sanchez, Ryan Condon. What's up, Lil C? John Call. Good morning, Andrew Bayer. What's up, everybody? I'm going to hit the share button. Hopefully, y'all will do the very same. Shares help grow this thing. Sincerely appreciate that. If you feel so inclined to share it to your page, trust me, nobody's going to defriend you or unfriend you because you shared this. Some might. Let's see. Dan Ducote, Ross Doran, Colby Rosenthal. Chris said, let's talk. All right, let's talk. Blaine Allen. Good morning, everybody. Alan Darr. What's up, Dad? Good morning. See you a little bit. Chris said, let's talk LSU basketball. Admittedly, did not watch the LSU basketball game yesterday. I will go back and scan it today. I will most certainly listen to Hunt's podcast tomorrow to catch up because I know he watched it. Darren Pellegrin, what's up? Blake Ruffino. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Northwestern. Y'all, you want to know how you know you have no respect? If you haven't seen it on my page, go back and look at it. Or I tweeted it also. It's also on my Instagram. The first touchdown for Northwestern yesterday, Gus Johnson on Fox says, touchdown, Wisconsin. Excuse me, Northwestern. It's like, if you got the wrong team that was playing because it was in your brain, okay. But, could you imagine yesterday watching the SEC championship game and having, Brad Nessler go, touchdown, LSU. To get one of the teams wrong, mistakes happen, but dog, that's about as bad as it gets. You might get a jersey number wrong at times. You say the wrong player. It was 82, but you said 83. It was 19, but it looked like 16, sort of thing. I don't know. That was... Anyway. Mikkel, good morning. Thomas Morvan, LSU versus who? It's going to be Central Florida. LSU's going to go to the Fiesta Bowl and play Central Florida. So LSU get a chance to play the defending national champs and then the nation's longest winning streak out in a bowl that they've never played at. So essentially everything held to form yesterday. All the favorites won. So my expectation is you'll have Alabama, Clemson, Notre Dame, Oklahoma will be your top four. And it makes sense. Georgia lost. Oklahoma was 5. Oklahoma avenged its only loss. They're a conference champ. They're going to move up. That's the easiest thing. For all the conversation about 4 best and should you have to win your conference and Herb Street lobbying for Georgia to get in, I'm totally with it. I get all that. I understand it. But there is a balance between best 4 and 4 most deserving. And you lost. Georgia lost. Lost yesterday, blew a 14-point second-half lead, and they also lost by 30 at LSU. So Oklahoma's only loss was on the road, was a neutral site game by 3 points, and they avenged that loss yesterday by double digits. So, hi.
Mama.
Someone asked, where's Drew? Here he is. Mama. Never heard of her. Adeba. You just want to come over so you can cough on me? What? Adeba. Okay. Yep. He just wants to come over here so he can cough on me, y'all. Alright. So, my guess, Todd Guidros, good morning. Aaron Foster, good morning. Someone asked, why did Reed start both halves on the bench? Nas Reed. Wade changed his lineup. He went with Cavell. My baby. He's going more size. I don't blame him, man. You got to get more production. All right, so real quick, Coach Ken, good morning. Stephen Foyle, Kathy Malasaw, good morning. John called, good morning, T-Bob. I mean, Matt, it would be like that, but not even really, because at least we're on the same station. We do a show together on Saturdays. But anyway, so the funny thing, man, yesterday on Twitter, I probably answered the same question 10,000 times about LSU's bowl destination and whatnot. But Robert Williams, what's up? So, man, y'all coming in fast and furious this morning. James Tyrone, Cole Pierce, Todd Dupuy, good morning. Kevin Harrell, Tim Sonia, UCF, we want UCF. You getting them, bro. So, I think your playoff is Bama, Clemson, Notre Dame, Georgia. Notre Dame, Oklahoma, 1 through 4. Rose Bowl will be Ohio State against Washington, Big Ten, Pac-12 champs. The Sugar Bowl automatically takes the highest ranked SEC team not in the playoffs, so that's going to be Georgia. And then the Sugar Bowl will take either the Big 12 champion or runner-up. So if the Big 12 champion, Oklahoma, goes to the playoff, the runner-up, Texas, goes to the Sugar Bowl. So Sugar Bowl is going to be Georgia against Texas. That leaves 2 games, the Fiesta and the Peach, for the playoff committee to place teams. Oh, you got your prayer, lamb?
Show.
So, you got a snotty nose, too.
No.
Look at him.
No.
He brought his prayer lamb.
No.
It does the now I lay me down to sleep prayer. He doesn't look, he thinks it's funny because he pulls its hands apart before it says his prayer.
Now I lay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Now I.
Okay, Drew.
No.
And he left the lamb right here. He's definitely feeling better, that's for sure. So, what that means is beep, beep, beep. You have 4 teams left. You've got Florida, Central Florida, LSU, and Michigan. Those 4 teams for the Peach and the Fiesta. So UCF went Peach last year. They're not going to place them there again. UCF is going to go to the Fiesta Bowl. They're not going to place LSU against Florida. So LSU is going to go to the Fiesta Bowl and play Central Florida. And Michigan and Florida are going to go play each other in the Peach Bowl. So that's anything other than that today, I am stunned. The show is at 11 a.m. Central Time. Going to Mass this morning, and my little nephew Dominic's baptism is at 11, so I won't see it live, so I won't be active on social media when it happens. I'll react to it later, but I'm telling you right now what's going to happen. LSU's going to end up in the Fiesta Bowl against Central Florida. So I think it's a good draw. We'll talk more about it when it's official, but a bowl game LSU's never been to. I think fans are going to want to go to that, and I think the opportunity to play a team that's it's got a 25-game win streak, whatever it is, that has all the national champ hype and all the stuff. The opportunity to knock them off their pedestal is, I think, is intriguing for LSU. So go get it done. Tom Granite, Paul Batts, what's up, man? Let's see. Chandler Tullis, good morning. Andrew Bear, you think UCF is legit? I think they can score. They're I think their defense is atrocious. But that said, LSU's played some atrocious defenses this year, not that much offensively. So, but this will be the best defense all season that UCF has faced. The fastest, most athletic defense. So, I think they'll bottle up that offense pretty good. See if LSU can score. See Cole Pierce, good morning. Asking about Phoenix or Atlanta. He said, looking at flight plans, hotels for Arizona this morning. I think I need Phoenix or Atlanta. You need Phoenix, bro. Excuse me. I'm telling you, it would be a stunning development if the committee decided to match Florida, Central Florida, and the Peach. I would think that would be great. Actually, Mike Bianchi, who's a columnist for the Orlando Sentinel, wrote a column yesterday saying, "Hey, committee, we want Florida, Central Florida in the Peach Bowl. Like, do it. It's the game that we all want to see." You know,
Fresh Market.
Fresh Market. Never heard of it. You got a snotty nose, bud. We gotta wipe that nose. Wow. Ah.
Mama.
What does Mama say?
Mama.
Mama says, psst.
Yeah.
Clap hands for
Mama.
Mama comes home. Clap hands for Dr. O. Dr. O is who we know.
No.
What?
Nina.
Clap hands for
The itsy behind.
the itsy spider. The itsy.
Mama.
Clap hands for Mama comes home. Clap hands for Home Depot. Home Depot is where we go.
Mommy.
Clap hands for Mommy comes home. Mommy brings kisses for Trudy alone. Oh, that was very sweet to kiss my hand. Okay, we'll see you later, Drew. Have a good day. See you tomorrow. Let's see. Craig Smart was on the ropes. He knew it on that 4th and 11. No, he was stupid with that 4th and 11. I'm sorry. You're in a tie ball game. You could pin them deep. Your defense has played well. Go get a stop. Go get it. Punt the ball. Get a stop. Win the game. The 4th and 11. If you had 4th and 1, and you felt like you practiced something, you got the look you wanted, and you felt, all right, let's do it. On 4th and 1, all right. 4th and 11, man. Hey, Gordie Rush. Good morning, Gordie. Really appreciated watching you on Louisiana Prep Scoreboard on Friday night. It was a lot of fun. Mostly not listening to anything you said, but mostly just laughing at how you looked and comparing you to an MTV cartoon character from 30 years ago. Let's see. Pete Giardino, the call makes you wonder if the games are being fixed. Come on. Ben Sagona. Hey, Janet Vadrine, good morning. Pete, wonder who UCF's non-conference opponents were the last 2 seasons. Fast. Okay, fast. Sorry. Yep, we'll do fast. He likes watching TV shows on Fast Forward. Hang on, I'm coming right back. Fresh Market. Could y'all hear me when I was in the other room? Wow, okay, good. What? Let's see. Chris Tremblay. Hey, Bernard, good morning. Ben Guillat, Craig Savoy, Randy Quinn, Jeb. Good. That's not a terrifying talking lamb doll, bro. It's a little prayer doll, man. It says, "Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray to the Lord my soul to keep."
And wake me in the morning light.
It's a little prayer lamb. Come on, bro. That ain't creepy. Anyway. The prayer lamb wants Boudreaux. Bloody Mary Mix Margarita Mix makes a great gift for your holiday gift baskets for clients. You can find it in Baton Rouge at Calandro's or Calvin's or Mid-City Craft Wine and Brew. Of course, if you're outside of Baton Rouge, you could order, or it's at Canada's, but you could also order it at boudreauxmix.com. Let's see, Mike Cotton, good morning. Paul Bat, Scottsdale, you'll thank me later. I'm ready, man. We'll go on the company dime. Apparently we're going to try to do some shows out there. Really looking forward to that trip. You get to go see that stadium, go see Arizona in late December and January. It'll be fun, man. Jordan Mumphrey, good morning. Corey Gross, will Aranda leave? If so, who replaces him? Not sure if you saw it, but okay, so Matt Wells left Utah State to take the head coach job at Texas Tech. So Utah State is open. And Dave Aranda was the defensive coordinator at Utah State before he went to Wisconsin, then came to LSU. And Brett McMurphy tweeted the list of candidates for Utah State, and Dave Aranda's on that list. So to some degree, there is a connection that makes sense. The flip side of it is Matt Wells is making $900K this past year as the head coach at Utah State. I don't know if Dave Aranda is going to go from $2.5 million at LSU to $1 million and change at Utah State. Maybe it's not all about the money for Dave. I don't know. I think it's super hard to leave that kind of money on the table, especially when you've seen coordinators get better head coaching jobs. Kirby Smart is a case in point. He went from DC at Bama to head coach at Georgia. It seems like if Aranda's willing and patient, that better opportunity might come. Hi.
Albert.
Albertsons. Hi.
Albert.
Hey, do you want to tell everybody hi this morning?
Yeah.
You want to say hi?
Mwah.
Mwah. He blew y'all a kiss. Anyway. Forgot to charge my phone last night, so I have a cable plugged in. Sorry about that. All right, let's see. How many do you think will sit for injury? You're talking about LSU players. Fehoko will definitely be out. They might get Fulton back in time for the bowl game. I think the bigger question would be like Devin White and Greedy, do they play? Which I would suspect both would. Devin White, I think, definitely would play. I'd be really surprised if he didn't. Greedy, a little more on the fence. Cole Mack, could the argument made, Florida Central, Florida Peach could draw a better crowd. Fiesta, LSU, Michigan. I agree. Completely agree. But I think they're probably more concerned not just about selling tickets, but also because so much of that is sponsor allocation. I mean, yeah, you want to sell fan tickets, no doubt, but a lot of it is sponsor allocation. But I'll tell you, there's no doubt a Central Florida Peach Bowl would draw better because for proximity, both like Florida fans could drive to that. Central Florida, I guess theoretically could drive as well. But yeah, they could. It's a drivable game. The opportunity for state bragging rights. I mean, there's a lot of appeal there. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think the committee's going to send Central Florida to the Peach again. I don't think the Group of 5 champ goes back to the Peach Bowl. So, and I would love to see LSU Michigan in the Fiesta Bowl. I think that would be epic. I think. Excuse me.
Hi.
Daddy's coughing because you made him sick.
From my
Sorry, y'all.
kid.
Fresh Market.
Mama.
Mike Capadonia, Rusty Abear, good morning.
Mama.
The other thing I tell you, Mama, is you got to consider TV. TV ratings as well. Central Florida, Auburn last year sure didn't do great. So the Peach would probably like to have a better team in Florida, a better game. And Florida, Michigan has a more national appeal. There's no question. Excuse me. I'm sorry, y'all. I know that's so gross. I have to. Kirk, where's all the Aranda leaving talk coming from? Well, I mean, it makes sense. He's arguably the best defensive coordinator of the game, and most guys advance. He's 40 years old, 41 maybe. Right? It's just natural that you keep doing a good job. You're gonna someone's gonna pluck you away. It's just that you're gonna go through this conversation every year until he gets a head coaching job. I don't know if that job is on the board for him this year. I'm not saying he won't leave for Utah State because I don't know. Like I don't know what Dave wants to do, if he's more money motivated or whatever. It just feels like, man, why would you leave LSU defensive coordinator to be the head coach at Utah State when if you're just patient, a much better opportunity is going to come your way? Craig, Matt won't go to Phoenix because he has been fired. I have not been fired. It's fake news, Craig. What was that one? Oh, doggone it. Someone said something about, I saw the effort and then it scrolled away. Good morning, Matt. LSU cannot give up the long ball. It's killing us. Fiesta isn't meaningless. It's a New Year's Six, pretty big. Completely agree. Dale Crochet, Harvey Bergeron. I thought they showed up and slapped Louisville around pretty good. I guess that's about the bowl game. Fast. David Freeman, good morning. Oh, you want me to put the little fast? I'm sorry. Trivia, let's talk about the fact that Herman, after 2 seasons, is playing in his conference championship. Where was Coach O? Oh, there you go. You know, the thing is, trivia, fair or unfair, we're going to have the O-Herman comparison debates forever. Someone asked me yesterday on Twitter, you know, which program is in better shape right now. And the truth is, It's funny. Yeah, we'll get our answer next September when LSU goes to Austin. Mama. Haha. LSU's going to go play in Austin next year, and I think both teams will return a ton. Sam Elling will be back at quarterback for Texas, but I think both teams are preseason top 10 teams, so that'll be a really good gauge. But I will say, undeniably, Orgeron inherited a better situation. Herman has had a rebuild from the mess of the Charlie Strong era and the end of the Mac Brown era. And Herman has definitely done this. And Orgeron, I don't know that you could say that's the same. I think it's just been different. But 9-4 a year ago, they're 9-3 right now with a bowl game ahead. It'll be a nice game, but you know, the thing is, you go 9-3 last year, you go to the Citrus Bowl, well, you're 9-3 again, you get the same record. You're just going to go to a better game because circumstantially things around you happened. Happy birthday to you. Like people say, you know, LSU hasn't won 10 games since 2013. What, baby? Which is true. But if you go back to 2015, Fournette's year, they ended 9-3 with the bowl win in the Texas Bowl, but they would have played. Had the McNeese game not been canceled, they would have won 10 games that year, and they would have been 9-3, you know, but they go into the bowl game. So that team that was effectively 9-3 ended up in the Texas Bowl. So, I mean, you can look at the bowl game, but truthfully, like, sometimes it's circumstantial. Like Auburn a couple of years ago was 8-4 and went to the Sugar Bowl. Well, they were the highest ranked SEC team out of the playoff. Hi. What? Oh, my sweetheart. Oh, sweetheart. What? So anyway, I do understand why we will always have the Herman O debate. I'm not naive. I get it, and I understand why people are interested in me talking about it because I was so bullish on Herman. I'm not dumb. I get it, but it's one of those things that no one game will ever answer. The closest thing to that will be next September when LSU goes to Austin. Hi, what's the matter? Do you see Baby Drew? Where's Baby Drew? Hey, can you sing your song? What does Mama sing to you? No, what does Mama sing? She says, Truby is
happy birthday.
Oh, now you're singing Happy Birthday. Mama doesn't sing Happy Birthday to you. What does she sing? What does Mama sing?
Happy birthday.
Hard-headed like your daddy. You know what I'm trying to say. Droopy is Mama's heart. You want me to hum it? I love you. All right. Joe Juba, what's up, man? Hey, Joe, we gonna see you tomorrow, man? I think we're gonna see you tomorrow, huh? Hit me up. Let me know for sure. Scott Lumine. I've been an LSU fan all my life, but reading some of the comments people have been saying to you, are LSU fans the worst fans in the SEC? Or all fan bases are pretty much the same. All fan bases are pretty much the same, Scott. You know, truthfully. That's part of being a fan. You know, you generally have division among every fan base. There's no question. It's more just human nature. So LSU fans aren't the worst. It's a very weird time for LSU because they're caught in this really tough sort of limbo period. What's up, Ray Wright? What's up, Hunt Palmer? Hunt Palmerio. LSU fans are caught in this really hard place where they're distancing from the greatest era in the history of the program, and while you're moving away from it, you can still, it's not so far in the rearview mirror that you can't see it. It might, I'd say, be like Georgia in the 90s, you know, where you had the Herschel years, you won the national title in 80, you had some really good, Herschel wins a Heisman in 82, and then you miss on some coaches, and then you look and you're like, we used to, or Tennessee right now may be the better example, you know. LSU is kind of going through, if you miss, I mean, that's the most obvious example, right? They pushed out Fulmer, then they missed on Kiffin for a year, and then Dooley obviously was a miss, then Butch Jones was a miss, and you've tried to be patient, but you've missed. So we'll see what Pruitt can do, but I think that's, you know, I think it's probably an apt comparison. That's why LSU fans are where they are, because you have division. You have some that are clinging to the great years, and some that are realistically saying, look, those are far away, and some that are doom and gloom. Robert says Matt Drew needs a puppy. No, he doesn't, Robert. Hunt Palmer, I'm playing golf today. What do you think I'll shoot? Hunt, I think you're going to shoot a... I think you shoot a 79. 79 today. Break 80. Get out there and do it big. 79 for Hoont. Jeffrey Bone, good morning. Let's see. Todd. I'm a lifelong Tiger fan. Some of the Johnny-come-lately fans are terrible. They're everywhere, Todd. Let's see. Morning Scone. It's state week. State week. Oh, state championship with Jeffrey Bone. You're the Curtis guy. That's right. Yeah, man, I'll be there. I'll be there Saturday morning. I hate that, or Saturday noon, whatever. I hate that the game is that early, but I'll be there. And last year, someone asked why I wasn't on the field on Twitter, and I replied like, you know, I'm not there. Like, it was like, why was Darius Geis on the field and you weren't? I'm like, I'm not Darius Geis. And Gabe Fertitta replied, he's like, man, we'll get you down there. I was like, all right, coach. So I'm gonna call him this week and say, hey man, take you up on your offer. If not, I'll just get a credential and walk down there. But that would be fun to be down there on the field. I'd love to do that. Charlie, haven't Florida and Michigan played each other the last two bowl games? No, but they did play last year in the season opener. Remember, they played that game in Dallas. And then 2 years prior, so the end of the 2015 season, so New Year's Day of 2016, they played each other in the Citrus Bowl. Or maybe it was the Citrus, I think it was Citrus. But so they have played recently. Lee McCaffrey, good morning. Paul Batts, I would be smitten for Michigan and that weak chin. Michigan would be interesting. I think Michigan's defense is suited to stop what LSU does. Big physical front seven. I think LSU could move. It would be like Bama, but LSU could move the ball, but it wouldn't. But LSU wouldn't move it like they did, like Ohio State did, because LSU doesn't do what Ohio State. Did you just kiss my arm? No. Oh, thank you, Angel. I love you. All right, we'll see you later, Drew. Justin Jones. Florida playing Little Brother would definitely bring both fan bases and make that money. There's no doubt. I just don't think it's going to happen. I would love it. I just don't think it's going to happen. Let's see. Thomas Trahan, Chase Chabot, Sam Dixon, Don Borg, Jimmy Vadrine, good morning. Dale Laborde, good morning. When does baseball report for the 2019 season? They start February 15th? February 15th? Should be beginning of February. when they report. Hang on. They start. They open with that trifecta. Yeah, they start February 15th. You boy got it. They have like that round robin with ULM, Army, and Air Force that weekend. So they'll report at the beginning of February. Let's see. Favorite player named Lil Jordan Humphrey. He's a pretty good receiver too. The other kid, number 9, is fantastic for Texas. Ryan, what's your opinion of Will Wade's slow development of the basketball team? I think you need to be patient. You're, 7 games into the season? 8 games in? You got to be patient, man. It's a complete roster overhaul. They got talent, but the only guys back that gave you legitimate contributing minutes last year were Tremont Waters and Skylar Mays. So, I mean, just be patient. We'll figure out what he's got. Now, he's like he needed yesterday. He needs a game this week against Incarnate Word to figure some stuff out, man. But the roster change yesterday, the lineup change yesterday, kind of gave you an indication he's not standing pat. He's tinkering, but they got some good. I'm still going to call it RPI opportunities, but they're net opportunities because the RPI is gone now. With the game at Houston, then the game against St. Mary's in Vegas. So you got some opportunities, man, to make some hay. But you got to get those. Whose eyes on that shelf over your shoulder? Oh, that's that up there. That book it's just a book that I had. That's a prop that holds something up on an easel that is normally there. That book is Hypnotherapy for Dummies. I don't know how I happened into Hypnotherapy for Dummies, but hey, bud. That actually is the placeholder for a book that I wrote. I don't know if I've told you all this before, but when we were in the hospital, I wrote Drew a letter every night. I typed it, but and I called it Dear Drew, and so it was basically a journal, and it was chronicling what happened in his day, really detailed what happened in his day that day. Bless you. And my thought was, look, I won't remember everything, and he obviously won't remember everything, so it was a great way to have a record for him of what all he went through during those days. Well, a few years ago at Christmas, Erica took like the flash drive that had saved all that stuff on, and went and got it printed and bound and made a book. And so anyway, that's normally right there, but she took it down, was thumbing through it. There were some things she was looking for, so that's why it's not up. That's why Dear Drew isn't up there right now. That hypnotherapy book is just there to prop up Dear Drew so it doesn't fall back, if that makes sense. Let's see. Ryan Amos, good morning. Justin Hutchinson. Speaking as a person who's grown up watching LSU football and was fortunate enough to work for them through the Saban years, I think the problem with the newer fans is they haven't experienced what it's like not to be in the conversation. With the exception of this season, LSU hasn't been in the relevant conversation. They don't appreciate where they are now because they don't have a grip on the past. There's some truth to that, I think, but I don't think the fans that they're describing there are just younger fans. I saw plenty of crappy LSU teams. But I think in this program the expectation should be much greater than 9-3. Hunter Burns, good morning. Paul Batts, Austin is a must-go road trip. That'll be fun next year. Jack Davis, Tom Herman has an easier path to conference championship and playoffs. Not exactly, Jack, because they play non-conference games and have to go play the conference championship, and they play a Power 5 non-conference. So they end up playing 10 Power 5 teams in their schedule and an 11th if you consider the Power 5 or their conference championship game. So not exactly. And the Big 12 was better this year with Oklahoma and West Virginia and Texas all being really good. And the flip side of it, you could say, is that knife kind of cuts both ways, because even if you consider like the SEC being tougher, we're debating if the Big 12 champion gets in. If fast, okay. The SEC has the opportunity to get 2 in, and the SEC champion is always going to get in. So, it's different. I don't know that it's easier, harder, or better, or worse. It's just different. Both have their pros and cons. I'm assuming y'all could still hear me when I walked in there. It sounded like y'all could last time. I would hope so. Let's see. Jason Meeks, good morning. If it's so big, who won the Fiesta 5 years ago? Please don't look it up. Tell me from the top of your head. Okay. Let's see. That would have been the 2013 season. So that would have been the year before the playoff. Let's see. 2013. Mama car. What, baby? Mama car. Let's see. I'm trying to think who won the national championship in 2013. That was the Auburn. That was the Auburn Florida State year in the Rose Bowl. It was the year before the playoff. So Fiesta 2013 would have been what, Bubba? Huh? 16. Well, to your point though, trivia, I just had trouble remembering off the top of my head who won the national championship 5 years ago. I had to go back in my mind to think of it. But still, if you're looking at prestige, there's no doubt being one of the New Year's Sixes. I'm trying to think who was in 2013. I have to go back into my brain and think of this. All right, so let's see. So Auburn. So 2013. So Bama would have gone. Oh, Bama went sugar, and they lost that game. Let's see, Bama. That was McCarron, and that was their last game. They lost the kick six, and then went and lost the bowl game to Oklahoma. Right? They lost the bowl. So Sugar, they lost the bowl game to Oklahoma. It would have been. Was that the year Ohio State played in the orange? Did Ohio State play Missouri in the Orange Bowl that year? Wasn't that the game Ohio State? No, Missouri went Cotton. So who went Fiesta? Didn't Oklahoma play Missouri in the orange? Because the next year in 14 was the year Mississippi State with Dak and them went and played Georgia Tech in the orange. I'm doing better than you thought I was, Paul. I would, trivia, and I'm gonna piece this together and figure it out. I'm gonna figure this out. I want to say Ohio State played that year in the Orange Bowl, so it wasn't the Big Ten champ. Yet the SEC champ against the ACC champ in the Rose. Fast. Was 13 one of the years Boise got in? All right, now I'm going to look it up. Now I'm interested. Let's see. January 2014, Fiesta Bowl. It was Central Florida. God dog it. I said Boise. It was Central Florida. So Central Florida went and played. That was the Blake Bortles year. Doggone it. They played Baylor. It was Central Florida and Baylor. That was a crummy game. Wow. Tom Ritter was the head ref. Central Florida and Baylor. How about it? And that was not the RG3 year either. That was when Bryce Petty was the quarterback at Baylor. Almost pieced it together. Anyway, all right. I wasted enough time on that. Alton Humphrey, love watching the morning show. Amazing to hear and see how Drew's growing and doing better each week. Thank you. I appreciate that, Alton. And now Drew's coughing all over my desk, trying to keep me sick. Right? You trying to keep me sick? Huh? Huh? Okay. Here you go. Here you go. All right. Anyway, it's Skip's fault. O needs a new binder. Like you said, Scone 10-year run offensively. Ray Goff was garbage. Let's push that back a bit. Nathan said, what do you think about Kirk saying Georgia will move up? He didn't say Georgia will. He was asked his prediction of his 4, and he said he would have Georgia at number 3. That wasn't a prediction. That was his opinion. And I understand it. Like, there's the argument. Do you want the 4 best, or do you want the 4 most deserving? And I think there has to be a balance. I don't think you can just say the 4 best, because if you just say we're arbitrarily going to pick the 4 best, then the results on the field don't matter. And the results have to matter. It's why you play. Paul Batts, you and T-Bob do a 5-year, it has to be 5-hour pregame before the state title game. Not going to do that. Let's see. Kirby LeBlanc, Brian Horvath, good morning. Adrian Smith. Anyone catch Saban getting choked up on live TV? Yeah. I had a slight feeling of fondness for the guy, and then it was over. Keith Rosenbach, good morning. Saban's getting old, man. You get a little teary when you get old. You get soft. Things put it in perspective. Mike Smith, LSU would run at will against UCF. Maybe. So watch Temple do it. Scott says, I don't know if I want to play an angry Michigan team, especially because LSU has been soft past couple bowl games. I don't know if Michigan's going to be angry. If Michigan beats their rival, they're in the playoff. And they got curb stomped by their rival, and now they get a consolation prize. I don't know that they're going to be super psyched. Kirby, I'd like to see LSU Northwestern. That's not going to happen. 1, 2, 3. Luke, so the consensus seems to be UCF or Michigan. It's Luke. It's not a consensus. It's like it's because it's not an opinion. It's the way that this all works now is that like with the rankings and then the bowl tie-ins, there's like a lot of these things are predetermined. Like you can figure out the pieces to the puzzle once you have results of games. So like we mentioned, like based on what the committee's going to do, Big 10, Pac-12 champ are going to go to the Rose Bowl. The Sugar Bowl is going to be SEC versus Big 12. And so really you just have 4 teams to be placed in Peach and Fiesta. And those 4 teams are going to be Florida, LSU, Central Florida, and Michigan. So it's going to be some combination of 2 in those 2 games. And because Central Florida went to the Peach last year, they're likely going to the Fiesta this year. They wouldn't send them back there. Although the Central Florida thing is appealing, I don't think they're going to do that. And while there's no rule prohibiting them from matching conference opponents in a bowl game, I don't think they're going to do that either. So that's why everyone is saying Fiesta against Central Florida, which makes the most sense. Like, I'd be stunned today if it wasn't that. I'd be very happy if LSU was playing Michigan in the Fiesta Bowl, because then I think you'd get the great bowl game and the great opponent. But I don't think it's going to happen. I think you're going to get Central Florida, which has some appeal. Mark Allen, are we really worried about basketball in December? Some are. It's going to be a good team, man. Lucas Hornsby, Tyler McGee, good morning. Nice bill. Oh, yeah, that's I spoke at the Rotary Club, and when you're the speaker at Rotary, Rotary has a billboard on that College Drive, the electronic billboard on College Drive at I-10, and whoever the speaker is that week at Rotary, they're on the billboard. And then they give you a little miniature billboard. So that's what that is. That's Matt Moscona today at Rotary. That's what that is. So they give that to everybody who speaks. So I'll just put it right there on top of that picture. Anyway, Paul Batts. My mom loves Drew. She said a prayer for him at morning mass. That's very kind. Tell your mom thank you. I appreciate it. Appreciate everybody praying for Drew. Luke Miller, tell Drew he is flat out rocking that backpack. Yeah, man. Drew is a trendsetter. Good morning. Would like a copy of that book. Do you mean the Dear Drew book or the hypnosis book? The Dear Drew book, I've never. Some people have told me that I should publish it. Some people have said I should publish it, and that it might be a good resource for families, who go through a NICU experience or who have some of the issues like Drew has. And maybe it would. I just didn't write it for that purpose, man. I wrote it for him. It was just as a way to chronicle his journey. Whoop. Why are you all wet right there, bud? You been coughing through your tube? Oh. Let me see, Daddy. Oh, I love you. I love you, love you, love you. Love you, love you, love you, love you, love you. All right, let's see. You want to answer some more questions? Beat Bam every year, play for the national title every year, nothing less. How about just once in a while? Put once in a decade. Hey, oh. I love you. Oh, I love you. Love you, love you, love you, love you, love you. Sam Nacella, what's up? Ryan Amos, whoop. Don't do it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. What? You got a snotty nose, bud. Gotta clean you off. Oh, you got all kind of gunk in there. Need you to get that up. I can feel it. I can feel it on your lungs, bro. Cough all that gunk up. It's okay, baby. Get it up. Okay? All right. See that. When the Bama soccer man went wrecking ball. 2013 Bama. No trivia. That was the 2012. That was the 2012 season. 2013 was Auburn, Florida State. So it was January 2013. But you said 5 years. So 5 years would be January of 2014. So the 2013 season. Bama beat ND in 2012. That was the 2012 season. Okay. Go see your show. Jordy Bird. Matt, do you have to justify if the Fiesta Bowl is big with a history lesson? Buddy. He's not feeling well, y'all. Sorry about that. This would be a big game for LSU in the last few seasons. Alex Russell, David Olello. Hey, David, I responded to your email, man. Hope you got it. Check it. We'll be in touch, man. Robert Williams, Matt, it was K-State versus Oregon. Nope. Went and looked it up. Hey, trivia, but you said 5 years ago. 5 years would be 2014. The 2014 bowl, the 2013 season. Anyway, Let's see. Matt, did you see Islanders back at the Coliseum last night? Nope. I don't know anything about hockey. Your morning's going to solid. Thank you, Paul. Appreciate that. Stephen Miller, what's up, dude? Keith Rosenbach, if Georgia makes the cut in top 4, does LSU make it to the Sugar Bowl? No, that'd be Florida. Most deserving in 4 teams that will get in the playoffs are different. Agreed. How can you say it was stupid when I was right? You accepted mediocrity. You're always average. I want greatest for my teams. Yeah, trivia. I think you're like, if anything less than the national championship is not acceptable, then you're never gonna be okay with your postseason destination. I mean, in 125 years of football, LSU has won 3 national titles. So I mean, 122 seasons were a failure. I mean, I just don't believe that. Just the way the postseason's set up. It's like, come see. You okay? You okay? It's like LSU baseball. I mean, they've won 6 national titles, but does that mean every season that's not a national title is a failure? I mean, 2 years ago, you okay, baby? When they got to the championship series against Florida and lost, was that season a failure? No, I mean they had a great year. They accomplished a ton. They came up short of the championship series. The way that. All right, we got to go change you, Boba. The way that college football's postseason is set up, it's like that. I mean, there isn't a playoff, like a true playoff. So the bowl system is what it is. So, okay, let's go change. So you try to get into a marquee bowl and have a really good destination and go from there. So, okay, we're gonna go change it, bud. Come on. All right, we're gonna wrap this up. I need to go change him. So, his hand. Okay, let me see your hands. Wipe his snotty hands. That is to change his shirt. While you're snotty. Wipe off your snot. All right. Let me go take care of him. You'll have an awesome day. BoudreauxMix.com. BoudreauxMix.com. And trivia, you're wrong. If you're going to ask me a question, at least get your years right, bro. BoudreauxMix.com. Or get by Calandros, pick it up. We will know at 11 o'clock today, Central Time, LSU's bowl destination. It'll be Fiesta against Central Florida. And BoudreauxMix.com. And we'll see you for AFR and Morning Scone mañana. Later, y'all.